Good morning. This is another episode of the live broadcast for TBC. My name is John Harder. Thank you very much for joining me, Pabitra, or Pabitra. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it, but I appreciate you coming on. Thank you. And I just noticed a blog post, so I'm going to share the screen here for a bit to go to that. Okay, so let's share the screen and go here to the post. All right, so what we got from admin today. Admin is now rewarding broadcasters over 80,000 in cookies per video. Retroactive images and article. Okay. Oh, it just means that there's image and article in this post, I guess, the way it looks. All right. Well, we certainly can say that admin is rewarding us well. And so as recently reported within the TBC, within the Billion Coin Revolution Facebook group, admin has begun to reward broadcasters for each of the broadcasts since March 31st, 2018, retroactively. Okay, get paid 1 million cookies for each video broadcast you do. Retroactive to March 21st, 2018. If you have not done a broadcast yet, get started today. Set up a live broadcast on YouTube and go to the send button area of your Kringles.cash back office and upload the link. Upload the link to the broadcaster's schedule. Then do at least 30 minutes broadcast when broadcast. Then after the broadcast, upload. Oh, okay. Then after broadcast, upload that same link to broadcasters rewards and wait for approval. Enjoying getting paid like a celebrity broadcast today. All right, well, there we go. But I'm wondering if I have uploaded my videos in the wrong place, because I was uploading them by testimonials, and I may have uploaded them in the wrong place, which I don't know that I'm not sure now that I have uploaded them in the right spot. I guess I'll have to, I'll pay attention to that, see what's going on. All right, I will personally look at your video and determine if it is 24/7 TBC broadcast material, and if it is, I click on the approve button in my admin area. Testimonial video, as testimonial videos are not qualified for the cookies rewards, and I have clicked on the reject button of those that were not broadcast videos. Plus, I can always change my mind and reverse my decision. So if someone tries to play games with this system, I can make the the needed I can make the needed adjustments. You will see the cookies immediately after I have approved the broadcast. And remember, you can only click the redeem now button once during the redemption period, such as the month of May. All right, well, that's I think we quite clearly understand that with the redeem button. It can only be clicked once, so if we're not ready to redeem them, then it's not a good idea to click that button, because if you do, then that will be it for that redemption period. So I guess that requires making sure we're the buttons are, I mean, that we are completely ready to redeem the cookies. Okay, a true abundance-based economy. Let's have a look at that one. I like that title. Oh, okay, that's kind of interesting. It's my video. All right, well, let's see what let's see what we got here. Right, John Harder is absolutely correct as he shares information about free energy. There are at least 1,000 subjects that are into the TBC agenda, and free energy is one of those subjects. If you want to become a powerful TBC broadcaster, you should look within yourself and examine your passion your passions that are absolutely there, and see how TBC relates to it. Find your voice, and find your voice. It is unique, and you were born with a unique purpose. Once you find your own voice, you will blossom into a powerful broadcaster for TBC and the world. Free energy is also another passion I have, and I speak about it in the TBC introductory video found on the formula page of the website. The elite have suppressed all of these energy technologies, especially those developed by Nikola Tesla. These broadcasters do not forget. Broadcasters, please, broadcasters, do not forget the main purpose of the 24/7 live broadcast. It is a broadcast is to answer questions regarding TBC, specifically for the TBC orphans and new members. So allow interruptions within your chosen topic of this discussion for your broadcasts to be available to answer those questions. Refer live on your broadcast a search within the TBC blog to answer questions. That's very, very good information. You know, I think in some videos I probably didn't really focus very much on answering the type of questions that new people would have. So yeah, I guess I need to sharpen up on that. Okay, so as long as humanity continues to pay for energy it will always be an obstacle that will stifle a truly abundance-based economy. The elite know this, and that is why they have brainwashed the masses into thinking energy is expensive. They have successfully, widely, they have succeeded widely at this, and in some parts of the world, uh, electricity monthly bills are about the same as the monthly rent of a small home. Ridiculous. Yeah, that's for sure. Have you noticed that devices have come out to charge up your cell phone wirelessly? How is that possible? Think about that. The clues of what is going on is all around us, hidden in plain sight. The full positive potential of of hu- of humanity can only become manifest through an abundance-based economy if we collectively, as humanity, continue to uh, okay, what's this word? ACQU. Ac- I don't know that word. I don't know what that is. EQUIESCE. Aqueous. I don't know what that means. I'll have to check that out. Okay, to the agenda of the elite, then death and misery will be our final destination. Find your voice. Find your voice, and join the TBC broadcasters and get paid like a rock star. Okay, so I don't really understand this one word here, but I have a pretty good understanding of it from the sentence where it's in. And it concerns me greatly. I have talked with people, tried to wake people up and make people aware of what is going on. Not not to be negative about life or about anything, but the truth is the truth is that humanity is being attacked, and we have been under attack for over 100 years, but only in ways in which by ways of being brainwashed and being charged for much unnecessary in many unnecessary ways. We've been charged and falsely uh, hugely misled in false beliefs and so on. But it's getting much more aggressive than that. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen for here now. You see, the aggression is not nearly where we're at anymore, because, and this is why much of this information has finally come to the point where it's being released to the public. I wonder what's going on here. Oh, that's okay. So information now has been released, like the John Searle, the SAG unit, and so on, because people have been releasing this and not that the elite would have done it, but there are other people that also have, you know, pretty high ranks in government and so on, and some of those people, they have went ahead and released this stuff to the public so that we have at least a fighting chance. And if we don't wake up and use the tools we have and help other people to become aware, we just want to, you know, people very easily say, well, I just want to live my life. Just let me. Well, that's the problem. You're not going to live your life. You're not going to. If you don't stand up and speak up and make your voice heard, you won't have a life to live. That's the problem. You know, people in Bolivia, this was, I guess, a few years ago now, when Bolivia was still, the Rothschild Bank was still dominating in Bolivia, as well as it is in Canada and many other countries still. What the Rothschild wanted to do was to take complete control of the water supply in Bolivia. That's one of the things in Bolivia, that where the water is, you know, is a little bit scarce, I guess, in some places, and that's exactly what they want to do. They want to gain control of the things that we absolutely have to have, so that they control us. And what the Bolivian people did is they went in the cities with pots and pans, banging pots and pans together to get the attention. And so the Bolivian government booted out the Rothschild. Folks, that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. But let's not, let's be careful, because if we can go about it in ways to make what the present system obsolete silently, that's better. That's better. But in some cases, you know, some cases it's needed. There is, we must voice our opinion, because silence means yes. Silence means we agree. It means we agree to the stupidity and whatever is going on. It's kind of like, I'm not sure how to say it here. I was just thinking, it's kind of like, you know, pigs, they're being raised to be butchered, and well, they don't care. They don't care. And but if a person would, you know, if you could convey to them that why they're being raised, if you could give them that understanding why they're being raised, that they're only being raised to be butchered and killed, you think they'd agree? I don't think so. I don't think they'd agree. Well, that is how this is. They are counting us as their livestock. Can you imagine? You imagine the stupidity, that they're counting us as their livestock, and we are agreeing to all this misery and stupidity that they're bringing upon us? Of course not. But our silence tells them that we do. Our silence tells them that we agree. So let's not be silent. Let's not be silent and then saying how they are treating us, and that it's all wrong and all bad. Well, we're part of it. We're part of it, folks. We're not standing up and letting ourselves be heard. So it's important we do that, right? I apologize if I sound like I'm angry here. It's not really it. I sometimes I can get a little excited about this kind of stuff. It is really, really, you know, it's too bad. It's too bad that that people back then weren't awake, you know, years ago, while before the central banks ever got that foothold. you know, and people could have stood up and said, no way, that's not, we're not allowing this. And you know what, it could have been prevented way back then. And all of those technologies that we now have, or that now we're hidden from us, we could freely, you know, we'd have full access. We could, God only knows where we'd be. We'd have spaceships. We'd be, oh, who knows where we'd be. We'd probably be exploring other planets, and who knows what all we'd find there, because this world is constantly evolving. There's always new worlds coming up. It's a constant evolution. As we are here, the only thing here is that we have those leeches feeding on us. Unfortunately, they had once gained that power, and if we ever do want a decent life and have a life of abundance, we have to overpower them. And there is millions and billions of us, and only a handful of them. But as long as we're asleep and quiet, they have the gain. They have the power over us. So that's why. And of course, TBC was created for that exact purpose, to bring abundance to this world. Now, I want to talk about the generator, the free energy generator that the blog post talked about. I feel like it's such a part of me that I just have to you know, mention it, because what we want to do, and this is our aim, but we have to have people's help. We have to have people's help, and there will be many places to help. There will be many different things, ways in which people will be able to help. One of the ways would be there will be projects to manage. There will be installation help needed. There will be help needed building the things. And of course, we're going to be doing this in various countries where there is going to be likely be people there that you know, that have the capacities that we're going to need. But at the same time, we really don't know what, at this point, what all we you know, maybe we will need somebody to move somewhere and overlook a project, or you know, or maybe temporary or something, you know. At this point, we need financial support to get the ball rolling. But if you want to see what it is really that we're doing, what we're about, well, then I would say visit myfree.energy, and you will on that page, on that website, you can find, you will learn what we are really trying to do here. Because what we want to do is we want to spread the word of the abundance of TBC, and also provide free energy for people everywhere. And we want to start in the most needed places first. Where it's needed most is where we want to to help first. And as that grows, as those people you know, get the free energy, and it grows, that will weaken the resistance other places, because people will begin to see that free energy is available. If we just wanted to do that right here in Canada or somewhere, and start hooking up houses, I tell you, the resistance, it would not work. We have to start in other ways, so that by the time it reaches here, and it is you know, that there is so much out there that it can't be stopped. Understand what I'm saying? You see, that is how we need to approach this to minimize the resistance here, because the companies that bill us every day, they're not about uh, at this point, they're not about ready to let go of that. But now, once we have these units in many other places, the resistance will break down, because we will introduce them in motorhomes and places like that first, where people can use them on campsites and motorhomes and those type of places where there isn't power, where they can't just go and hook up, and by the time it reaches, well, then by that time they can't really stomp out the fire anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what has happened in the past, is people who would start something like that, uh, they just thought that they had come across this wonderful invention, and yes, indeed it was. But then the major corporations heard a whiff of it, and in some cases killed the people that would the inventor, and some cases they would just destroy whatever. Like in Tesla's case, they just destroyed, stopped the funding, and destroyed whatever he had made or whatever. So, and this has also been going on in for like doctors who came up with cures for cancer and those kind of things. Those doctors, they would disappear. They'd mysteriously die. Usually making it look like an accident. And apparently one of them, he had it was claimed that he had committed suicide. But what they couldn't figure out is how he shot the second bullet into his head. So it's kind of gives it away that it wasn't a suicide. So again, back to back to TBC. All right. So questions that new people would have. Is it real? That's one of the things. And how real is it? People have been buying properties. People have been buying vehicles in business. Like people have been using it in stores as accepting partially TBC for payment, or one day a week or whatever kind of thing, and integrating it with with the normal business. So it's absolutely. But the thing is, where we are with TBC at this point is that us who have TBC, the challenge is on us to create our own economy, to create an economy within the economy that we're living in. We are living in a fiat-based economy, but it's a debt-based system. It's a system that will continually keep us enslaved. So it is our challenge to create our own economy within this economy. And what will happen is, as our economy grows, and it's an abundance-based economy, and it grows, it will make the present economy obsolete. I hope you can see what I'm saying, or understand what I'm saying. The present economy will become obsolete because of us building our own economy within the present economy. Because this isn't something that we can do in within the space of 50 years or 25 years even. We can't operate that way. it has to happen much quicker. Now, one of the things that I believe is going to help us as well is that there is, I don't know if I really want to call that an abundance-based coin. And from the standpoint of it just going up, like TBC, from that standpoint, I could say that it looks like it would be abundance-based. But when I look at the small number of coins that what is it called now? A coin that is Instagram is coming out with apparently in April. It will be available in the exchanges, I believe. Well, that coin is apparently is going to only be going up in price as well, but the coin is actually available now, and I understand there is not going to be any available to buy after the ICO is over. So for those of you who want to be in on it, you should probably buy some now, so that when it starts skyrocketing, that you can benefit from that. Because the way I see it, it will be a help, for me at least. It'll be a help in doing more with TBC. Getting TBC out there more, because that one will be is more fiat friendly and will help to fill the gap in between, so that we can that I can help more with building the economy that I'm talking about, the TBC economy within the fiat economy. I hope I'm making sense to you guys here. It makes sense to me, but if I can't explain it well enough, then maybe I'm leaving you in the dark. I hope not. So, but anyhow, so that was one of the questions that people would have. Is it real? Well, it's obviously very real. We have a brand new blockchain now. We have a brand new system, and whereas the old system was definitely not robust enough for the task. So that has definitely improved. And so as we get migrated onto the new system, then that problem will be lifted. So I'm just going to suggest that us who have TBC, that we remain true to our challenge, that of building a new, an abundance-based economy within the economy that we're living in, to make the old one obsolete. And so so another question that we very easily face is that whether, is it in the exchanges, or how do I use it? That's one of the questions. And at this point, folks, that question, it is up to us to answer that question. Meaning that it's our challenge to come up with ways in which we can make an economy where that's going to work, right? So at this point, we have to use what access we have to the fiat economy to help us build the economy inside of the new economy. I'm not sure, because I was looking at this yesterday. I was thinking about it, and I thought, well, the picture that we have here is that we have a let's say we have a city, and there's this wide river going right through the city. On the one side of the river is the industrial complex where we would be, where the abundance is for us to live off of. In other words, that's TBC. But all our houses are on this side of the river. And the fiat side of the river. We want to use the abundance to build, you know, we want to build in this fiat economy where we live. We're living in a debt-based side, on the debt-based side of the river. That's where we're living. But on the abundance-based side of the river is where TBC is. That's where the industrial complex is. That's where all the good stuff is that we want. But we're living in the fiat side. And there is no bridge across the river. What do we do? What do we do? See, see, that's our challenge. That's our challenge, to build a bridge. And we will have to do this bit by bit. For all of us, we look at the picture and we have to start building, you know, those hang bridges. You ever seen a hang bridge across a gulf? Well, those are the type of bridges we're going to have to build first. We're going to have to build probably a whole bunch of those bridges first, where so that people can walk across, and it'll look scary and all that when you look down. In China, I believe there's somewhere there, I've been told there's a bridge like that across the Gulf, you know, a steep way down, that is actually made of glass. So if you look down, you're looking through the glass way down. But that's what I'm saying, is we're going to have to start building. Well, that's already been started. We see some people already did that. You know, they bought vehicles, they bought properties, they bought things, you know. And those are these you know, walk over bridges, hang bridges, that we'll have to probably build a lot more of until finally we'll have a nice solid concrete bridge across. And what's going to happen is that we'll likely, most of us will just move over away from the side, from the fiat side, and build our own city on the other side, where on the abundance side. That's kind of how I am depicting and looking at that picture, how we will be building out TBC. And then, of course, I'm not sure what all the other questions would be. Let me go and see what you guys have here. Thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate it. I didn't mean to ignore you guys. Okay, so okay, so yeah, and oh, you removed it? Oh, what was it?
Something about explaining about
okay, so okay. Okay, I'm going to add a price about this reward in my, what's he talking about? He's saying, TBC Dr. Joe, he says, I'm going to be adding a price about this reward.
piece.
Huh?
It's going to be adding a piece about the reward.
Oh, about this reward in my broadcast tomorrow. I am on. Okay, all right, that's great.
Congrats on the broadcast.
All right, and so we are not, sir, we are John. we are just like you in TBC. We are equal. Okay, buddy. Just call me Doctor. Okay.
So the guy called him Doctor, sir.
Oh, okay. All right. Yep. Agrees. And okay. So, okay. No good.
Not a question.
All right. That's great. Yeah. Thank you. I just wanted to take a bit to go through and see what you guys had been had been chatting about. And I'm a slow reader. I apologize for that. I'm a slow reader because I am dyslexic, and it seems like that is something that sticks with a person all the time. My dad was like that, and one of my brothers is like that, and I guess I'm like that too. So, but anyway, that's really not a problem, I guess. I sincerely appreciate you guys having hung out with me here. I really do love you guys, and I'm passionate about you know excuse me, spreading free energy. And I believe that this free energy project, it can help a lot of TBC people get involved if people who want to. So let's just remember, we must speak up. Being quiet is not the answer, and we need to wake up other people to let them know that in being quiet, we are giving voluntary consent. So we must actively speak up. Okay. So anyhow, with that said, we are in a fix between abundance and poverty, and I would say let's choose abundance. That is my choice. So let's choose abundance and move forward. Thank you very much for being with me again, and hope to hang out with you again tomorrow. I expect to be on at 9 p.m. Eastern. That's at 6 on the blog. The 27th spot is that's where I usually book during the week. Peace.